live stream. It's a bit awkward at the start of these live streams, I tell you. But anywho, it is what it is. So these are a vibe. These are the blue light glasses that protect you from the blue lights. But I think they're kind of cute. Look so serious with them, man. So serious. Can't be so serious all the time as you're navigating through the dark night of the soul. Because, wow, dark night of the soul. I'll just wait for some of y'all to jump on and hit the like button as you come on, guys. Feel free to comment. Hope you've had a good day today, or you're having a good evening, wherever you are in the world. And drop me a comment and let me know whereabouts on the earth that you are tuning in from. And yeah, today's video is about the dark night of the soul and understanding dark night of the soul. Because, put it this way, okay, dark night of the soul is a chapter in your life of complete darkness, put it that way. Like, I'm talking full darkness, okay? Maybe you're experiencing that right now, the darkness. Look at it like this. It's kind of like a rites of passage, okay? For you to really connect with your spirit, okay? For you to ascend and to reach higher states of consciousness. But to be able to get to that point, we have to go through the dark night of the soul, okay? And it's pretty much when you have your spiritual awakening, you go through this phase, okay? There's different stages to this. And if you look, there's many videos out there that sort of explain lots of different stages of dark night of the soul, okay? You may be at this stage here, you may be at that stage there. The thing is, when you find yourself in the dark night of the soul, look at it like this, it's like a purification process. And I'm talking like a purification process on such a deep cellular level. Yeah, so you may find yourself feeling depressed and you're wondering, I don't have anything to be depressed about. Why do I feel so depressed? Okay, depression is a big symptom of dark night of the soul. Okay, same as anxiety and grief and trauma. Because what happens is, okay, you may have some sort of experience in your life. Example could be the death of a loved one, okay? Maybe you're going through a divorce. Maybe you're just experiencing grief because, you know, situation had happened in your life with someone who's still alive, but they're no longer in your life, okay? So these big events, even like big traumatic events. Hello, brother. Good to see you here, Gregory. Okay, so these big events, these big traumatic events and big, you know, events of grief can sometimes, okay, push us into the dark night of the soul, okay, push us deeper into our awakening. Because when we have our spiritual awakening, what happens is, okay, normally it's a big trigger that triggers that within you, okay? Maybe, you know, you guys are pretty conscious, that's why I use it here, One Love Tribe, okay? But maybe you've been quite developed from such a, you know, young age, and you're going throughout your life, and then you've experienced another big trauma on top of that, and that just catapulted you, okay, into your dark night of the soul and into your spiritual awakening. Hi Hamza, good to see you here. Okay, so the thing is, it can feel scary because when you have your spiritual awakening, what happens is it's like your whole reality, everything is shifted and changed. It's like you don't know the world anymore. Me, myself, okay, when I lost my son Luke, my only child, to suicide 7 years ago, that really pushed me deep into my dark night of the soul, because my whole reality changed and shifted like that. I come home one afternoon and I found my son. So my whole reality, my whole life just shifted like that. So when you find you go through your rites of passage, it's happening, okay? It's full on and dense as it is, okay? And the ego, the mind, isn't going to agree with it, okay? Your higher self, deep down, you'll know that actually, yeah, this is happening for a reason. This is happening to serve me. This is happening so I can merge with my spirit and transcend the ego and flee the matrix, yeah? Okay? So, and you'll find that, you know, your whole world is shifted and changed up. You don't understand the world anymore. Nothing makes sense anymore. And then spiritually, things aren't making sense anymore. It's like your whole world is tipped upside down. It's like a really, really dark place to be in. and you can experience like an identity crisis. Me, myself, I experienced an identity crisis through my dark night of soul. Sorry, that's my alarm. We've got to go to the kitchen and turn something off because I'm preparing coffee for tomorrow. Coffee enema. So if anyone's done a coffee enema here, let me know. It's very good to detox the liver. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow morning. So it's been such a busy day today, my friends. I've been packing because I'm moving in a couple of days. So that's all organised now. I can sit back and chat with this lovely tribe here. Cheers, guys. I'm on the herbal tea, dandelion and ginger. And you should see my place. I've got boxes and things and things and things everywhere. It's hectic. That's good, exciting new chapter. So I went through an identity crisis, okay? And a Preet Sangha. There'll be no feet showing here, okay? This channel ain't about feet showing. I've got my eye on you, right? You can take your nonsense elsewhere because this is a conscious channel here, okay? If you're going to continue, okay, we'll just send love your way. Right. So I went through an identity crisis because I didn't just lose my son, okay? I lost, my whole world shifted up. I didn't know what was going on. My whole world changed. All I knew was being a mum for 16 years. I was 16 years old when I birthed my Lukey. So that's all I knew. So dark night of soul was like, well, who am I now? This world didn't make sense anymore. It was the first time I experienced grief, and it was dense. It was heavy. It was heavy. Hi, Leonie, sis. Good to see you here. Okay, so you'll find that, you know, something will trigger you on your journey, whether it be a big grievance, you know, or a deep, severe trauma. Okay, maybe like even just something like losing your home. Okay, some people lost their home to bushfire, for example. They end up in dark night of the soul. It's like your soul's, it's like an initiation. Yeah, it's like an initiation, put it that way. So yeah, okay, so now what do I do? What do I do while I'm going through this dark night of soul? Because it's basically a healing journey. It's designed to help you heal every single cell within you, to heal every single trauma. And you hear people say, oh, dark night of soul, man, this shit is scary. It can feel scary because, you know, through that process, okay, you have to face all of the traumas and all of the grief that you've been shoving underneath that little rug there for many years. So all that's going to start to come up and unravel, and you're going to have to face it. You're going to have to sit there and be present with it and transmute it. Okay, like I said, there's a lot of new age spiritual nonsense out there where they're just bypassing the shadow. This is the shadow work. The shadow within is all of the trauma and grievances and all the stuff we never dealt with, okay? Things from relationships, abuses, all this stuff, okay? So we are faced through dark night of soul. We are faced to look within and face all that. And you know, a lot of people struggle with dark night of soul because it's a process. You can't just go through dark night of soul and be done with it within, like, say, 6 months. I highly don't think that's possible. And like, yeah, that's mad if someone experienced a dark night of soul that lasted 6 months. I've been experiencing dark night of soul. Okay, I lost Luke in 2018, but my dark night of soul started in about 2013. Okay, not long later I went through a divorce, and then things just started shifting for me there. So it's like you'll find as well on your dark night of soul that, okay, it's not just this healing journey, but it's like you have this, you go through different stages of it where you just feel like nothing makes sense anymore. You feel confused and you feel like you don't have purpose. Like, what's my purpose? Why am I here? That's what I experienced. I thought, what's my purpose? Why am I here? All I knew my identity was to be a mum. I didn't know anything else. So that I felt so lost and confused and traumatized, and I was grieving and I was full on. And then I just feel like I couldn't relate to anyone externally because I had changed so much. You change so much through this experience. Okay, you know that, you know, you're different to everyone else now because you've gone in deep. You touch parts of your soul through that deep ass trauma, my friends. You touch parts of your soul through that trauma. So then you're getting about there in that matrix and you ain't fitting in with that matrix anymore. It's too low vibe to go and watch the news. and all that nonsense on the radio is too low vibe. It affects your energy. Hi Rita, my friend, good to see you. It affects your energy. Okay? Partaking in gossip and drama and all that. It's a different vibration. It no longer matches your frequency. So it can feel irritating if you're around that. This is why a lot of people that are going through this process, through this journey, okay, find themselves alone and isolated. Okay, that's why they say it's a lonely road. But if you run with it, okay, and you'll be like, yes, the universe is blessing me with this so I can ascend, so I can meet my spirit and merge with my higher self, you're going to run with it, my friends. You'll run with it and you'll do whatever you can to stay on your path, okay? And presence is key. Like I said before, we can go and do all these different healing modalities. There's lots of beautiful healing modalities out there. I'm a big fan of a lot of them, but the one that I found for myself that has helped me shift so much is presence. Just sitting and being in presence. Because when you're sitting in presence, okay, that's when you're really connecting with your spirit. When you connect with your spirit, that's the light. You are the light. It's the light of your soul, right? You are the light. So when you're doing that, okay, the shadow within, or the shadow self, okay, gets transmuted. Okay, yeah, you may feel emotional. Yeah, you may feel you want to scream and shout and get it all out. But that's you purifying. It's part of the purification process. So just remember that. It's like a death and a rebirth. Yeah, it's a death and a rebirth, you know. And just that's the one of the biggest things as well, is feeling that loneliness, that you cannot relate to the external world anymore. That was a big thing. Like, my world was taken from my feet. I was so ungrounded after I lost my son. I was so ungrounded. It was so scary. It was such a deep, like, I experienced anxiety when I was a youngster, but this feeling was so different. It was like my root chakra was just snapped in half or something, because I was like, I felt so ungrounded. It felt like this world that I'm on now, it's not anymore. I didn't even know what it was. It didn't make sense. It was so hard. And I wasn't as spiritually mature back then. Yeah, of course I played victim. I was angry at the universe. I'm like, why the F would you give me a son? Are you going to take my son from me? I don't understand this. I was mad. I was furious. I was hurting. But, I realized, and still to this day, you know what? I thank the universe. And still to this day, I have so much respect and love and gratitude for my son, Luke, because if it wasn't for him crossing over, it wouldn't have pushed me onto my path of liberation. It wouldn't have pushed me deeper. And I was always seeking. I was always meditating. Luke used to laugh at me and call me Buddha. Mum, you're going to be a Buddha, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah, look at me now, boy. See, he levitate. But he helped me go in deeper. He helped me go in deeper. So I'm grateful. So whatever your situation is in your life and you're feeling dense, you feel like it's never going to end, it will end. Okay, you can't sit there. You can do what you want, but I wouldn't recommend that you try to push that away and try to speed up the process. You can't speed up the process, because your spirit, your higher self, knows exactly what to give you, what traumas that you're ready to process. Because when we're processing trauma, that's huge, guys. Okay, that's huge on our body. Even when we're processing deep grief, deep traumas, that is heavy on our system, our nervous system. Yeah, so you'll find, you'll have sleepless nights. You'll find that your appetite's going to be up and down. You'll find that you might even gain weight or lose weight. You'll find that you just want to go sit in complete isolation and try to figure it out. You just go with the flow. That's like I say, go with the flow and ask the universe for support. Okay, what the universe does is the universe will bring people onto your path. Okay, whether it's a video, whether it's someone in your community, no matter how, okay? The universe works in beautiful ways. The universe will bring people onto your path to help you heal, okay? Different parts of you, okay? So pay attention to the people in your life. With me, I don't play about. My higher self, my spirit, that's it. I don't play about. I know what I need, boom. Okay, people come into my life straight away. I'll see what that's about. That's the theme right there. I got home, I got real triggered, for example. Come home, I sit here on this chair, purge it out, release it. Oh, express my gratitude. Thank you so much, universe, for that person entering my life real quickly and then gone. People are like, oh yeah, but I want friends. I want deep, meaningful relationships. But I'm like, because this is how it works for me. This is how my spirit's operating. So I'm grateful. Universe will bring that person's in my life, And I'll, so pay attention to the people in your life and what the theme is, what the universe is presenting to you for you to heal. Because triggers are significant. Please love your triggers, because triggers help you heal. You find yourself getting triggered. All right, well, what's this about then? Okay, what's this about? Okay, it's an opportunity for you to lean into that and experience that. Experience whatever it is that needs to shift within you. You're safe. You are so safe to feel, because feeling is healing. Okay. It's about allowance, just letting it all unfold. Okay, because when we put resistance, okay, this is our ascension. Okay, this is our path of liberation. But when we put resistance there, and we running, when we're running from the shadow, we can't run from the shadow. If you run from the shadow, you'll never properly heal. Okay, so have a look if you're putting any resistance there for whatever's coming up for you. Okay, and have a look at your behavioral patterns. Okay, what are your behavioral patterns? Okay, that you pay attention, because we've all had those behavioral patterns, whether it's food, smoking, alcohol, sex, gambling, pornography, all these things. Okay, or forms of escapism when you sit in the present moment. So if for you to know if you're running, okay, switch everything off. Be here, be now, be still. Come inward, feel your breath, feel your energy in your body, and just be. Listen. Yeah, okay, listen. I can hear like a little cricket out the back here. I can hear sounds like a car all over there. So I'm present, I'm sitting here. Okay? Do that, because then you're grounded in the present moment. And you start to feel uncomfortable now. You start to feel uncomfortable because you're not used to sitting in that silence. And a lot of people are not used to sitting in that silence because the matrix sucked people in. So when you sit there and you start to feel discomfort now, you feel uncomfortable sitting in that silence and stillness, sit with it. Because underneath that, okay, there's shadow that needs to be released. And then underneath that shadow, there's light, which is the light of your spirit, your soul. Your soul can shine through. And the more we chip away at it, the more we chip away at the shadow, you're working your way through the dark night of the soul, which is the rites of passage, for you to reach higher states of consciousness, for you to merge with your spirit, okay, for you to become your pure, authentic self again. Hello, Brian. Good to see you here, my brother, all the way from Pennsylvania. Hi, Rael. Welcome. Wonder what the little crowny things mean. Oh, top fans. Y'all are top fans. I love you guys. You guys are all top people. So, and what happens is, you'll get to a point where you want to start to live a more purposeful life. Okay, for me, for so long, I didn't know what my purpose was after Luke crossed over. I was like, well, what? What now, universe? What I'm meant to do? The psychologist at the time that I was seeing many years ago said, Susie, don't you want to, return back to work and stuff? Like, I didn't want to work in mental health again. I was done being a personal trainer. I was like, what? I wasn't in a position to go and give energy healings. So I was like, what? None of it interested me. I didn't find meaning in anything anymore. But then I got to the point, and this is when I created my YouTube channel. This is my second YouTube channel because we had some dramas with the first one because of all this silencing and stuff with me. So anyway, long story short, I started the new YouTube channel, and that helped me have purpose again, for me to just share my story. And a lot of you guys, one love, like Bryant, for example, Bryant, Rita, you guys have been here from the get-go, okay? So you guys have been a big part of my journey, and it's been an honor to share part of my journey, to show you guys that no matter what we go through, that we can still come out and be okay. And I'm not saying that, yeah, I'm completely healed, because, just today I was crying, I was grieving my son today. And there's moments where we're going to feel up and down. So when you're going through your dark night of the soul, it may feel confusing because it feels like a big roller coaster. Okay, one love. It may feel like a roller coaster. You'll feel like you're feeling so good sometimes, and sometimes you're feeling so flat. It's like you're flatlined and you're feeling depressed and anxious, and it just feels horrible, but you stay present and you keep working your way through it. Because what happens is you're going to have those moments where you're releasing and you're dumping out so much old energy, okay? And then you level back up, okay? You level up and you're vibrating high again. That's you merging with your spirit, okay? You're buzzing. Now you're sitting here, you're bouncing off the walls and shit. There's nights where I sit here and I'm bouncing off these walls. I have to go outside sometimes, pull my feet on the earth and ground myself because I feel like I'm going to levitate. Okay, and then you may find like the next day or 2 days later, bang, you're vibrating real low again. Why? Because now your spirit's like, okay, well, let's just clear this bit of shadow out right now. It's all part of your dark night soul. Yeah, cool. All right, I see how it is, universe. Okay, so I had to learn this myself. I'm watching. It's like, how come I'm up and down? If you go to that system, you're not going to turn around and say to you, they'll say, yeah, you got bipolar. Because dark night of soul, you guys know you've been on this journey, okay, can feel, that's what they say, bipolar, because you have all these ups and downs, ups and downs. It's normal. It's normal. We dip, we release, we process, we transcend, and then we level back up. You see? Hi, Laurie, sister. You're late. That's all. I'll let you off this time, sis. No, you're right. Love you. Hope you're doing good there in the countryside. And I'm wondering if you've made your move yet as well. So don't compare yourself to anyone else's dark night of the soul, because you may watch videos and stuff. Okay. What's that, Gregory? We're raising our balance points. We sure are. Yeah. How do you know you are releasing your own energy and not someone else's? Well, with myself, like, I do a lot of releasing for other people as well. So I can walk into a room, and how I release is I yawn a lot when I'm releasing. So if I'm doing any energy work on someone, or if I go to a place to clear a place, or it just happens automatically, I'll start yawning. Okay. And with myself, it's the same thing. When I'm releasing from myself, I'm clearing, I'll start yawning. So here right now, I could be clearing for all of us here. My intention, this is how we can clear, right? Just a little clearing lesson here. My intention right now, I put my energy, my focus on Laurie. Oh, clearing. So that's how I clear. So these are the different things you're going to discover as you go through your dark night of soul, because not just all these traumatic, releasing of old energies and shifting, but you're actually unlocking parts of your spirit, and your all your clairvoyant and psychic abilities. Dudes, we are like so powerful. We are magic. Okay, everything is possible. You start to unlock these parts of you, and start to understand these parts of you. Intention is everything. Intention is everything. I sit here now and I see all my tribe on here. I send you guys so much love and healing energy. That's all through intention. Okay, I am powerful. You're powerful. Know how powerful you are. Okay, so if you're walking through your neighborhood, for example, and you walking past something, like, this is when I started to realize that I can do the light work, because when I started to realize that I can actually shift energies elsewhere. I remember I used to go into places and feel real dense and heavy, and maybe you're at that stage now where you're absorbing it. Okay, maybe you go into a place, crowded place, hectic place, and you are drained because you absorb that energy. I used to experience that, and I think, no, something's up here, okay, because I can't keep experiencing this. There's something here I've got to learn. So I learned, okay, because I remember one time, even I was with my mum, we went to the store, and it used to happen a lot, but then one time it smashed me. I was like, it was a second-hand store too, actually, out of all places, all that dense energy in there. And afterwards I said, nah, let's just go straight to the water, to the beach. We went down the road to the beach. I put my feet on it and I said, I cleared this shit. I cleared it. I cleared it. And it was hectic. But then I learned, okay, one, I've got to strengthen my aura. When you strengthen your aura, okay, that's a big thing. I'll get into that in a minute, okay? But people say, oh, being an empath is a curse. Actually, no, there's nonsense out there, okay? People just programming nonsense, okay? I love that word, nonsense, right? It's like rubbish. Yeah. Being an empath is a curse. Being an empath is actually a normal thing, because we all should have compassion and an open heart. The people that aren't empathetic are people that are sociopaths, people that are narcissistic, people that are psychopaths. These people are really sick. They're very sick people. Okay, that's just a personality trait, what the Matrix labeled them. Okay, so everyone should feel empathetic. Okay, we all should be able to feel. If someone's in front of you, they're suffering, you're going to feel, right? But we don't need to absorb it in. Okay, so if you find yourself in that situation where you're around people and you're absorbing all their energy, okay, or you go to a place or a crowded place or something and you're absorbing all that energy, it's real dense, it's taking your breath away, your chest feels heavy, you're sweating, you're just thrown off, stay present. The more present that you can stay, bang, you're doing service to humanity, because you're helping shift and clear that energy. You see, you don't need to hold that energy in your aura. You don't need to hold that. Okay, so Laurie, try that if that's been an issue for you. And you got your basic things, like, you use, clearing crystals and stuff. Like, for example, clear quartz. Okay, I love clear quartz. I've got many clear quartz. This is a beautiful, this one. Clear quartz is so powerful. Clear quartz crystal, you can program the clear quartz for anything. Set your intentions, spend time with it. Okay, you can program it for anything. You can program it to help you with addiction. You can program it to use it as a grounding stone. Clear quartz actually transmutes, okay, old energies. Okay, you got stuck energies, you got energies in your aura that need to be shifted. Work with the clear quartz, program it for whatever it is. Maybe you need more confidence, you want to work on the solar chakra, bring that in. Maybe you want to help shift grief or go in and do deeper shadow work with the clear quartz. Is a very powerful crystal. Okay, I'll go to bed at night, I'm wrapped in these. Okay, and I've got the big amethyst, and I'll lay there and I'll go to sleep, I'll meditate, and then bang, I'll go to sleep, and I've got one here, one there on either side of me. I'm getting charged up. Okay, in fact, where I live here is a very sacred place. Actually, in fact, Earth, I read the other day, actually, Earth is like 85% clear quartz. So that's a vibe. So yeah, can you imagine like how much energy we receive when we're just standing barefoot on the earth? Think about it, we're getting charged up. So stay charged up through your dark night of soul, because it can be absolutely exhausting. And my tip would be to look after your mind, body and spirit. Okay, meditation is key. Definitely meditate. Okay, because then you understand things a bit better, you heal a lot better. And looking after your body. Again, I'm a big advocate on eating clean. Okay, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them, and I'll go through and I'll answer them if I can. So eating clean. Okay, looking after your body, eating clean is crucial, because when we have like a poor diet, we're eating those poxy matrix foods. There's just sludge in packets. Yeah, look at all those labels there, man. What are all these things, all these numbers, these preservatives, all these GMOs? It's toxic. It makes you sick, and it closes your third eye. You need your third eye to be nice and open. Your third eye's nice and open, now you see everything now. You got someone in front of you talking rubbish, talking nonsense, you can see straight through that. You feel that energy. Your third eye's meant to be open. So diet is key. It's going to assist you. Okay, have the nice clean diet, and exercise, movement is key. Whether you go to the gym and you like to pump weights like me, whether you like to walk, skate, ride a bike, whatever it is, do the exercise. Keep your body moving. Okay, maybe you have struggling with your health, or you have some limb issues or whatever it may be. Okay, to find a way to incorporate daily movement into your life. Okay, just find those ways. So that's going to help you a lot, and to stay super grounded as well. Try not to get caught up in the nonsense out there, all that spiritual, new age spiritual crap, because your dark night of soul is it's a sacred walk. Like I said, it's a rites of passage for you to merge with your spirit and to start to live a more pure, authentic life. We just have to go through the darkness to get there. So you're on this journey. Hats off to you. I salute you all. One love, because it's not easy. Okay, but it's doable, and you're okay, and spirit's got your back. You just have to ask. If you need extra support on any stage of your journey, you ask the universe, and you'll receive. There's been times on my journey where I hadn't understand certain things, like universe will bring certain people in to help me heal a certain part of me, but certain things I didn't understand, so I asked the universe. And sometimes you ask the universe, and it doesn't mean that you may get an answer right then and there, because some of us, we're open, we can hear spirit. I hear spirit all the time, but my intuition is very sharp. My intuition has been very, very strong for many years, and it's only gotten stronger. So the more you trust your intuition, because sometimes your answers will come to you through your intuition, you'll just know. So if you're ever confused and stuck, just ask the universe, and then the universe will, whether it'll be through your intuition, whether it be through a crossing paths with someone, or something will come your way, you'll know. Okay, shit, well, there's my guidance, there's my answer. You can't make that up. Okay. So I lost my train of thought just here. Because everything that we ask for, we will receive. We will absolutely receive. So don't be afraid of that, okay? 4C Aeon point. Our life path number's real. Well, look, I think if anything that we give meaning to is real, it just depends. Like, if you want to put meaning to it, if you want to believe it's real, it's real, Apparently I'm a life path number 9, which is about being a leader and all that. So if you give meaning to it, I guess so. Laurie, that's a beautiful crystal. It's a vibe, hey? It's a vibe. Yeah. So just remember, it's the healing journey. And I remember years ago, okay, this was like, remember when they tried to lock us down? They tried to lock us up in the house. They tried to make me get a job. And I said, no, no, no. Laurie says, My work is cleaning vacation rental properties. I have constant issues with anger releasing. Don't know why I would feel dark energy so much. Sometimes I feel it will never end with anger. Old stuff. Yeah, well, anger's one of those ones that we don't like to feel, okay? Because it is. Anger can be really intense, especially when you got that deep rage coming up. It needs to be released. And all I can say is just keep releasing it. I don't know if you're do you feel it's your anger, or you're feeling that, because sometimes we can experience psychic attack. So if you go into a certain place, maybe a certain place has a lot of dense energy, and you walk into that place and you're not spiritually grounded enough and you're not secure in your own energy, you may pick up on the energy and can make you feel angry. This is why a lot of people get violent and stuff, because they're just taken over by these energies, because they're just taken over because they're not secure and grounded enough in their own light, you see. So make sure that's not a thing, guys. So check for that, okay? Make sure that you are secure. How do you be so secure? How do you shield yourself? Look, we've heard of all the shielding techniques before. I've gone on about them in the past on my old channel, I guess. Shielding techniques, shield yourself in white light and all that. But you know what? To me, the biggest protection is being present. Because when you're present, you are so present, you're grounded, you're rooted, right? Any energy that you hear, any energy that will come by you, nothing can touch you or penetrate through your aura, okay, or put you in any harm or danger when you're present, because you're onto it. That's not your thought. You're hearing these thoughts, you're psychic, right? You're hearing these thoughts, you're hearing all this, you feel energy coming your way, you're secure. Well, nothing can fuck with you that way, okay? But if it's your own anger, yeah, just keep releasing it. And I was talking to someone who I'm close to just recently, and she experiences quite a bit of anger because she anyway. So, and I was just telling her ways where she can start to release the anger. Okay, big love to Bubsy if you're watching this. And I said to her, if you have anger and you need a way to release it because it's very strong, the energy of anger is very strong in you, get a pen and paper, okay, and just write down, get it out. It's a good way of just getting it out, okay, right? Just maybe whoever you're angry at or whatever, okay, but try not to psychic attack that person. You're going to write that anger out. Yeah, I feel angry because blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you hurt my boundaries. Yeah, I fucking trusted you, blah, blah, blah. You write that out, but be careful. Do not throw psychic attack at that person. Here's a form of psychic attack when you say, I wish you, and you start to throw death curses their way and all this shit. This is how people are cursing each other out there, my friends. That's psychic attack. So don't throw psychic attack to anyone. It's wrong. Don't do that. Because if you do that as well, that will come back your way. All right. So you get that anger out like that. You write it all out. Bang. That's what I said to her. So then you go get that. Sweet man. Go and burn it. That's done. That's it. I just release some of that. And generally underneath anger, because anger is a secondary emotion. So underneath anger is generally sadness. Okay, sadness. I remember when I had that deep rage within me, because I thought I can bypass my anger at one point early days on my journey, because I thought, nah, I'm going to go straight to forgiveness. I've been on this path of righteousness for years now. I know I got to forgive. But through that process, I didn't realize I was bypassing the shadow of anger. I needed to release that anger. So the energy, okay, of the anger was just so intense. It was rage because it was that intense. I didn't allow it to come up and out. Okay. So then I got to the point where I have a baseball bat, real symbolic baseball bat. And this, before I moved here to the country, actually, I bought this baseball bat. So I went through a stage. I was like, well, shit, I need to release this. Okay. So just punched it like a cushion or something. I just used to smack that because hitting the kick bag, the boxing bag, I had so much rage in me. I felt like I would snap my wrist. So I had to leave that, and I thought, I'll get on the pillow then. I thought, cool, okay. And every time I did that, then I released and cried. But then I went and bought a baseball bat, and I'd go out bush and I'll be like, Mother Gaia, please transmute this energy for me. And I'll get that bat and I'll smack it on the earth. I would go crazy with it, okay? Honestly, even here, not far, just across from me, the bush right there, even there, okay? Maybe about a year ago or something, I had some rage that needed to be released. So I got that bat and I was smacking it on the ground, releasing it and getting it out, and then bang, dropped to the floor, bat dropped on the floor, arm on the floor, tears, grief. grief being released. Like Laurie says, grief is overwhelming. Laurie has lost 7 friends since 2022. And Laurie here, let me tell you guys, okay, Laurie is an amazing, beautiful, strong woman. She's been subscribed to my YouTube channel for the last couple of years or so, and she has been through the dark night of soul and still working her way through it. So hats off to you, my beautiful sister. You were strong, you were solid, and your ancestors back you. Okay, so that's part of the dark night of soul, is releasing that grief. Grief is so overwhelming. It is one of the most strongest emotions that we can experience. Okay, but we need to release it. Keep releasing it. Okay, people say, "Oh no, don't cry. Oh no, suck it up. Don't cry." And when I hear that, I'm straight up. I'm like, nah. How you gonna heal if you're trying to shove that down? We can all be merry here and pour us a drink. Yeah, let's pour us a drink, then let's have us a spliff. And then what? Cover it up and run from it? You'll never merge with your spirit that way. You'll bypass that. You do that, you'll be doing that the rest of your life, just bypassing. That you want to like experience proper real joy and peace and bliss. That's our birthright. So when you're going through the dark night of soul, remember that. Okay, you got to get through the darkness to get to the light, and you'll start to experience bits of light. You'll start to experience things you've never experienced before. You'll start to see spirit. You'll see all your loved ones in spirit. I see my beautiful Luke in spirit, man. He comes to me in so many different ways. Okay, today I was emotional. Okay, Laurie, I was experiencing the grief today, my beautiful sister. I love you too. I was like packing the house up today. I'm leaving here in 2 days on Friday. I was packing the house up, and it was very significant. I fully dark nighted of the soul here. I went in deep in the depths of the dark night of my soul here. I threw myself in the country to properly heal and to be properly isolated, for me to work through that so I can become the greatest version of me and share that with you guys to inspire you guys, okay? That we are going to the motherfucking top, okay? Because we didn't come here to suffer. Yes, we've been through all that, but we can work our way through it. Okay, and your loved ones in spirit will show up for you in so many ways. You just got to be present and pay attention. Because last year, this was about a year ago, it was my birthday last year. Okay, it was my birthday or Mother's Day, one of them. I was at the shops and I was in the second-hand store, and I seen this top, this long sleeve top, and it said, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine." Now, you know that song? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. So after Luke crossed over to spirit, okay, he was playing that song for me. I was hearing that song. So then a year ago, and I see this shirt. So I bought it. I bought the top. I wear it sometimes to bed. It's long sleeves. And then today, so I was packing the house and I was feeling so emotional because it's bringing up grief in me, because here I am, I'm moving forward. And every time I take big steps forward, it brings up grief in me. It's normal, okay? Grief is normal. So then I went down the road to go and grab a couple more packing boxes, and there was these girls, because school holidays here where I'm at, and these young girls, they're standing at the front of the store and they're playing their little ukuleles. And I walked in, they were just singing a random song, and then when I walked out, they're playing that song, "You Are My Sunshine," and straight up, I knew straight up that Lukey was right there, because he knew. I'm like, shit, Luke, like, I'm feeling it, boy. And then I hear that. So this is so many different ways that spirit will show up for you, and see, and all these beautiful synchronicities as well, because Laurie says her grandmother sends me that song. So that's just shows the soul connection, that we're tribe and spirit works all together. And what I always say to people as well, like, if we're here together as well, well, then our loved ones together are in spirit. So Lukey and Laurie, you know, your grandmother and Lukey, they're like, you know, eating scones and sipping tea or something, just cheering us on, you know. And Brian, you know, brother, Gregory says Laurie's doing amazing. Those friends shaped you. She is. She's a legend. She's doing so good. I'm so proud of you. I wish we can all just be together, like physically in the same room. It'll be such a vibe. So, you know, guys, and I'll tell you something as well, okay, about Dark Night Soul. That's what I was saying before, but I forgot. Remember in 2020? They'd try to put the shackles and chains on us and lock us in the house. Right. So when they try to lock us up, thanks, Brian. I love how you always mention Luke in comments too. That's mad respect. One love, brother. So they try to lock us in, And I was highly triggered through that, because at that stage I was going through like really deep rabbit holes at that time. Because you guys who know me, I ain't playing about. If that shit feels unauthentic, I'm gonna look into it. So yeah, I was going down numerous rabbit holes and started to realize it was very triggering for me with a lot of the pedophilia stuff, because my son went through sexual trauma, which obviously led to his suicide. Okay, so all that sexual pedophilia stuff through the governments and all these organizations, I was going down those rabbit holes, and all this shit was being exposed. I thought, well, it was highly triggering for me. But at the same time, like I said, triggers help you heal. So I was getting so triggered, but still at the same time, it was helping me heal those parts of me. Okay, and I was just in such a dark place. I was locked up. I wasn't in my own place yet. I was living with my mum, and you know what? And I was real angry at that time as well, because I already knew the system was already corrupt, and the system, there was no justice for my son for for his sexual trauma, and all that. So it was I was in such a dark place. It was real heavy and dense, and spirit come through and said to me, okay, this was in 2020. What are we now? 2025? I thought, yeah. So spirit come through and said to me, there's going to be plenty of darkness, but then there will be light, and it's going to be beautiful. Okay. And I never forgot that. And even still, when I've been sitting here purging so deeply on my ass, man, purging so deeply, I always remember what spirit said. It's going to be plenty of darkness, but then the light's going to come and it's going to be beautiful. So just remember that as you're navigating through your dark night of soul. Don't lose hope. Okay. We lose too many people to suicide as it is, but we're losing a lot of light workers, a lot of people going through their dark night of soul. They're actually choosing suicide because it's too dense. It's too heavy. But like I said, if you need help, if you need support, ask spirit. You can ask your higher self, ask spirit to just make it a little bit easier for you. Ask them to tone it down a bit. Another healer who was a lot more mature, older than me, back in the day said to me, she says, Susie, you can ask spirit to tone it down a bit for you. I never once did. I never, because I thought, nah, I'm going to feel that and get to that light. But I realized actually I don't even need to get to the light, because the light is within. Okay, they say, like Rita says, the light at the end of the tunnel, but the light is within. So we work our way through the shadow. The light is within. We merge with our spirit. So remember that as well. It's not just about the destination, because if you're focusing on getting to the destination, you're forgetting the whole point of the whole journey. It's the journey. It's what we make of it. Perspective is everything. It's what we're going through. It's like, it's perspective is everything. It's how we choose to look at things. So if you slide in a perspective shift, like in your life on certain situations, that will help you so much. Okay, and remember, don't play victim. We're not no victim. Doesn't matter what we've been through. Let me put these little blue light glasses on, because I'm being serious. I'm being serious. Do not play victim, my friends, because victimhood is rubbish. Okay, we ain't no victim. What I'm trying to say, we are not a victim. Never. That's just ego mentality. Yeah, we're here shifting, baby. Okay? There's no ego when we shift. Dark night of souls happen for you to dissolve the ego, for you to be pure. Because we're returning back to purity, to our pure, authentic self. Okay? We drop all that old shit from the past. We let go of all those old belief systems, okay? Like Bryant says, no victim, just warriors, okay? Drop me a heart, all you warriors here. Drop me some love. Look at you guys. You guys are awesome, okay? You guys are here. You guys have been on this journey, on this healing journey for so long. And maybe you're new here and you're just embarking on your healing journey. Look at us old school greats that are still doing this years later, 10, 20 years later. We're here. We're still breathing. Okay, we just go with it. We go with the flow. Sometimes you're going to have good days. Sometimes you're going to have low days, okay? Just breathe through it and stay present. What more can I say? Non-attachment is a big thing as well. Just learning non-attachment, okay? Like me, okay? Like I've been living here in such a beautiful place. I have the rainforest just opposite me, legit just there. And I have the ocean just there. Okay, I've been here for 2 years. This is where I was able to really go in deep. And I was like, recently I said to universe, okay, time to shift it up, because I'm starting to feel dense now. I need community now. I've done the hard yards, man. I need community. Okay, I'm going to start setting up workshops and just put myself out there, and I'm ready for it. And yeah, I'm ready for love. Love's going to come my way, but I'm not desperate. I'm not attached to finding love, because I'm loving myself every day. I'm not going to rely on anyone to come into my life and, make me, you make me so joyful. Oh, I feel so good because of you. No, I do that in me. I look in the mirror, I go gym, I train, I feel fresh, I eat good. I'm loving me. So then I'm a vibrational match to that love. But I'm ready for this new chapter in my life. And, I'm going to miss this place so much, but also at the same time, I can't be attached. Okay, and this place has been so amazing to live. I can't be attached. I have to let go. So practice non-attachment too. That will help you so much through your dark night of soul. So when people come into your life, because people come into your life to help you heal, you'll find one person comes into your life that, how come this person, oh, it's a new friend maybe. Oh, I'm a new friend. Or a week later, no, you go on separate ways. What? What is that about, universe? Oh shit, I don't understand. But slow down. Oh yeah, that's why that person came into my life, coming real quickly. Maybe had a little quick fling, little floozy or whatever with that person. You learnt something. Maybe you learned you needed some strong ass boundaries or something. Maybe you need to learn to love yourself or heal the father wound in you or the mother wound in you or whatever. You see what I mean? So non-attachment, just like, okay, this is G, all right, and you'll start to see the universe is just working in beautiful ways, okay? And check this, okay? Like I say, ask and you receive. And I said that to the universe. I said, universe, come on, get me out of here. I'm ready for this new chapter, okay? That's it, I've done the hard work now. I'm ready for this new chapter. I broke down. I broke down. I was like, this is heavy, all right? Because here I'm very isolated in the country. It's been very isolating. It's been very hard. But, I did it. And I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. And then 4 days later, my landlord rings me. He says, Susie, Susie, I'm selling the house. Okay. So I was like, shit. Now I need to move out of here on Friday and still had nothing lined up. I filled my van. I took half my shit, went for a road trip the other day, dropped half my stuff off at storage. And then and then today I'm sitting there, I've been feeling overwhelmed the last couple of days. I'm recognizing, this overwhelm is the ego, observing it, sitting with it, breathing through it. Like I said, the ego gets loud when you're going through deep overwhelm. Lots of love to you guys. I wish I could push the little hearts back. So the ego gets louder when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling anxious and all that, okay? So, and then like last night I was praying for a miracle. I was like, universe, come on, praying for a miracle. And then just literally like a couple of hours ago, I end up with a place. So I was meant to move from here on Friday and I just scored a new place. And it's just a temporary place. It's just till December. But it's in the location that I manifested. I said, universe, I need to be by the ocean again. So I'm literally like 350 meters again from the ocean, which is pretty much like here. So I'm like, I'm stoked. I'm so stoked with that. So that's what I mean. Ask and you'll receive. We have every single thing that we need because we don't live and operate from the ego and from the matrix. We live abundantly. Like we have every single thing that we need. And you'll realize that when you go through your dark night of soul. You'll realize that you have all the resources that you need. You have every single thing that you need to help you come back to your pure, authentic self. Everything you need to be able to heal. Everything. You'll get all the resources and everything. And it only gets better. All you have to do is just trust. Surrender, let go, and trust. Okay? The universe loves you. Okay? So you're learning to love yourself more as well through this process. Okay? You're learning to love you. I'm not just talking about when you're looking at yourself, oh, you look cute and shit in the mirror. No, I'm talking about proper self-love. Okay? Self-love where you're honoring your boundaries now. Yeah, that's deep ass self-love where you're like, actually, no, I ain't putting up with no one's shit no more. No one gets to control me. None of these governments, not a partner, not a parent, not a friend, not the mum down the road. No one gets to control you. That's a form of self-love, yeah? You start to make healthy, conscious choices. You ain't choosing to drink the fluoride tap water because that's a form of self-love, yeah? You're hitting the gym, you're smashing the weights, or you decide to, now you're going to start running or whatever. That's self-love. This is you embodying self-love. You are the embodiment of self-love. So dark night of soul, this is what I mean. You're going to start to unlock parts of you where you walk around like that. You walk around, you're powerful. You're a fucking warrior. You walk around like that. You walk in, no one's going to psychic attack you. You're not going to go pick up all these crazy ass energetics from the collective or the fear energy and stuff because you're so grounded and rooted in your energy because you spend 24/7 in presence. And you're present, you're meeting your spirit through presence. All the old energy is going to shift and heal. So continue to purge, Laurie, my sister, my tribe. Continue to purge. Continue to cry it out. Okay? When you are in it, when you're in it completely thick, and you know what I'm saying, when you are in it and you're so thick and you feel like you're going to die, because sometimes it feels like that. You feel like you're going to die, okay? That's when you completely surrender. I tell you now, I promise, I've done it here on this floor right here in this room in front of Luke's photo. I've been on the floor. I felt like I was going to die even because I was in so deep, hitting that deep ass shadow. I was in it so deep, and I knew that's it. What can I do? I'm going to completely surrender. And I surrendered into it. And then I felt this peace. I felt this peace come over me, like a peace I never felt before, in such a thick suffering. I felt this peace come up in me. So keep working your way through it, because that peace, you're going to embody bits of that peace all along the way. And you walk around like that. You're a peaceful warrior. You're one love warrior. Laurie, you rock too. Well, okay, so Laurie's going to manifest a new home, so I'm hoping to hear about it sometime on the chat. Bryant, your strength never goes unnoticed. Respect. Oh, thank you, Bryant. I love you guys so much. My younger sister's trying to call me. I'll just swipe her off. Goodbye. I wish you'd watch the YouTubes, but my siblings, my mum does, but my siblings don't watch my YouTube. I'm like, but they're just on a different frequency. They just probably think I'm a weirdo who hugs trees, and I don't know, but that's okay. It is what it is. So, like I said, remember non-attachment too, because you're going to find yourself, like, like I said, you're changing and shifting as well. So you're changing and shifting so much that your family and your friends are going to be like not even going to know you anymore, because it's kind of like as well that you experience like a personality shift as well. You'll find, maybe you used to like to go to the nightclubs and stuff like that. I used to like to go to the nightclubs back in the day. I was never a drinker. I never hit the drugs and shit like that. Because I love dancing. I used to go hit the nightclub with my younger sister. Shout out to Carol. Be good if you'll watch it. Carol's her nickname, but me and Carol, right? I actually have Carol tatted under my rib there. I did that when I was younger. I showed her and she's like, "Oh my God, Susie!" And she cried. We were drinking that night. We were young. And Gregory says I got an ankh tattoo for my my first for my 60th birthday on the 19th. That's awesome, bro. I wish I could see a photo. That's mad. Yeah, the good old ankh. So me and Carol, I used to love dancing and going to the clubs and have a dance and stuff. But then, you change. I'm like, I don't want to be around that environment where people are just drinking and unconscious and all that. Then I went through this crazy ass stage where I started going to like ecstatic dances, and I just went through some crazy ass stages because, like I said, you're like becoming a new person. You're becoming your authentic self. So through that process, it's real confusing. So you're gonna find yourself dressing a certain way, and you go through this stage like, ew, I'm more spiritual now. So then I went through a stage. Me and my mum laugh at it all the time. We're talking about it recently. I went through a stage where I was wearing these crazy hippie clothes, and mum every now and then calls me a hippie, and I'm like, bro, don't call me hippie. And I was wearing like the hippie pants and shit, and I was going to these ecstatic dances, and I'm there thinking, yes, I'm dancing so freely, like I'm in my own lane. Even one of the ecstatic dances was actually a vibe though. It was a vibe because we were blindfolded, and it was super vibe, so no one could just come and grope you and shit. But we were blindfolded and just danced. I danced a whole hour and a half blindfolded, man. It was such a vibe. I'll do that again. I'll do that again. That was so mad. But I just went through these different funky stages and just tried different things. It was just weird because some of the spiritual circles and groups were just weird. And the hippie pants, and I was wearing it, and then because you feel like, oh yes, I'm merging with my spirit, I'm so spiritual right now. Hey, I've got to dress a certain way. If I don't wear a two-pack shirt, I'm not spiritual, I'm not on the path of righteousness. You see what I mean? So it's all like ego, it's all identity. So just be you, be yourself, and be good at it. Just be you, and people aren't going to accept you or like you for who you are because you've changed. After the death of my son, I had someone, a couple of really toxic people like, you changed, Susie, you changed so much. I'm thinking, well, shit. Of course I'm going to change. I lost my child, bro. But I changed for the better, and I'm proud of who I've become. So you're going to start to, like I said, you're going to start to unlock parts of you and love you more and more. So have fun with that, my beautiful friends, okay? Thanks, Gregory, brother. You're groovy too. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, please chuck them on, and I'll let you guys go. And I always make tea doing live streams, but then I end up just drinking it cold. Yeah, so just remember that, okay? You're merging with your light, with your spirit. I hope you guys all take care and have enjoy the rest of your evening or start to your day. Have a lovely day wherever you guys are. Gregory says heal up, everyone. It's beautiful. Everyone is healing. Everyone is healing. So yeah, so I'm excited because I'll be in my new place in 2 days. Actually, so it's a little granny flat, which is a little unit granny flat thing at the back of someone's house. I've seen photos of it and it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going there in a couple of days to view it, and then I'm going to spend the weekend with some family and then move in next week. So it all seems legit and it's mine, so it's pretty good. So I don't know what the internet situation is there just yet. So, but either way, we'll get on the lives because I love doing the lives. I'll continue to drop videos, but yeah, I'll just hopefully the internet, there'll be a way anyway. We'll manifest that too. Gregory, I thought you were living in your van. No, bro. If I had to, I would. It's good. I've got a double bed in there. It's a vibe. It gets a bit cold in winter though. Yeah. But I said to the universe, like, I'm pretty tough. I've been through a lot. I can adjust. That's one thing you learn as well. You go through this journey, you learn to adjust. You learn that whatever life hands you, you're just gonna adjust anyway. What can you do? You can't fight against the grain. You just gotta surrender and let go. If I had to sleep in my van, I'd sleep in my van. Oh, hey, Lindsay, good to see you here. Hey, live, super fun. I've jumped on Lindsay's channel in the past and man, you're a vibe, Lindsay. You don't give a shit, eh? You just get on and say it how it is. Good to see you here, sister. When I first seen you, I'm like, who's this lady? Not giving a fuck. She's in the kitchen just making a cup of tea and just going on about Bible and all the things. And I thought, this woman talks a little ascension. Let's watch her a little bit. So yeah, it's been a minute. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Sending all you guys love. I better let you guys go. And I'm gonna sip my cold tea and celebrate my new chapter. We got to, huh? Thanks, me. All right, guys. See you all soon. Please share my videos, like my videos, and comment so this algorithm business can, I don't know, generate more people to come here and receive these beautiful healing messages that I have. One love, beautiful friends. See you all soon. See you, Brian. Love you, brother. Love you, Rita. Love you, Laurie. Love you, Lindsay. Love you, Gregory. One love, guys.